It is a flyweight championship fight between TJ Dillashaw and Tim Elliott. So here he is, the #1 flyweight contender, looking to change that title here in 25 minutes or fewer and leave as the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world. What a run to contention it has been for this young man. He has put together a long winning streak. He's got the finishes to make the fans happy. He's done everything to position himself for this type of championship opportunity. Now, under the lights, we'll see what he can do with it. All right, so here we go with this UFC flyweight championship fight, and there is the man out of the red corner, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion, making his way to the octagon. He's defended this belt before. This is not new territory for this young man who believes that the rest are just the rest. He believes he is the best at 125 pounds and looking to prove just that here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this flyweight championship fight. Well, at least on paper, what an even matchup here. Everything between these two fighters is nearly identical coming in here tonight. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! Our friends, for the undisputed UFC flyweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 20 wins, 12 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Lee Summit, Missouri, presenting the challenger, Tim Elliott. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 5 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, TJ Dillashaw!
For the championship, you'll be given the instruction in the dressing room to protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it official.
Round 1 is upon us between two of the best fighters in this division. Hard to find anything resembling a glaring weakness on either side when you break down.
There are no weaknesses in these guys. These guys are as well-rounded as they come. They both can wrestle, both can grapple, both can strike. They can do it all. And these are the matchups that we dream of as MMA fans.
Oh, that's a good strike there by Elliott.
Oh, nice right hand, John.
Oh, Superman punch is good. You can tell he's been working on that.
Shot a double leg.
Oh, slams his opponent to the ground. Oh, man. This ground and pound is good. Probably my favorite striking realm in MMA, and he's as good as it gets.
The problem is his opponent is not controlling his posture. He's allowing his opponent to get up, and when he does, he creates this space to land these beautiful ground and pound combinations.
Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation.
And now the ground and pound starts.
We cross the midpoint in round one. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Back to his feet. So just over 20 total strikes, and counting now have landed for TJ Dillashaw.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick. Fantastic takedown land.
All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, so good ground and pound by him here. Certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, single collar tie here.
Oh, big punch lands.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Oh! He blocks the punch. All right, so again, the fight. Oh, can't do that in soccer, but it's allowed here. Nice trip to get the takedown.
Oh, great foot sweep right there. Got to the clinch, started manipulating the body, and the moment his opponent took a misstep, boom, tripped him right over the top. Great job.
5 minutes in the books.
Take a seat. Deep breath. Take a drink. Here we go. Listen. You're doing absolutely awesome. I want you to.
All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out. Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick. Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks. Big punch lands through the middle.
All right, so a near-perfect entry there, and finally he gets his first takedown of the fight, and they say if at first you don't succeed, try again. Was able to get him down.
Persistence pays, and that's what we saw with this young man. Over and over, he shot for takedowns, he tried to mix it up, and he got defended. But eventually, he got it done. Now, what does he do with this top control?
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. Bottom fighter trying to control posture, unable to do so.
And now, he's in a lot of danger. He's got to grab that head, or he's going to get blasted.
Elliott's got his arm under the chin, going for a guillotine now.
Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
Then he's out. Well, you got to be working off of your back. He's certainly doing so here. Nice punch. And he's back up again. So the takedowns have been there, as have the get-ups. These are unofficial, but 61 total strikes have landed. Double leg takedown is true. All All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time. He's attacking guillotine.
Back to the feet now. Oh, significant strike attempt there, but a huge block. So a much different approach from him here in round two. Took him a while to find the range, get in his striking rhythm. He has found it here, and as a result, has really picked up the pace in round two.
Look at the angle of that nice body kick.
Elliott gets the takedown here late in the round. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Stop. Deep breath and recover. Bring that forward. You're winning it. That's okay. It's a fight. You're supposed to be tired. Just that.
All right, so here we go. Next round is underway. It looked like maybe we would get a finish by submission in the previous round. Close, but no cigar.
Close, but no cigar. He's going to have to do things differently if he's going to submit this guy.
Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Oh, is that a big knee to the body? We'll see if he can follow up.
An uppercut later.
Well, the numbers continuing to pile up. 84 total strikes and counting landed for the great TJ Dillashaw. And the accuracy rate 69% tonight against Tim Elliott.
Ooh, what a punch.
Oh, he landed another great shot to the body there. Really starting to connect at a high percentage now in the latter stages of this fight. Taken down here by Elliott. Tags him with the left hand. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Side control now. Oh, he's got the knee on the belly. Could be trouble defensively. He's having his way with him here. Oh, so an interesting decision there as he decides to stand up and relinquish the dominant position.
Wow, actually got the takedown.
Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
The Kimura is not the arm, it's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
Elliott's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here. If you're the opponent, you got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop it.
You got to defend, but you can see him now starting to gain posture, and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes is starting to improve. It's starting to elevate because he knows that he can get the finish.
Oh, nice job working hard, posting, and getting back up. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one up?
20 seconds left. Nice shot to the body there. Oh, and there's the double leg takedown, DC. That is just too good, too easy.
Too good, too easy. The timing was just too good. Before he could even defend, he's already off of his feet, going backwards. It's hard to run backwards, and that's what happens when this guy hits his double leg.
All right, so a lot of highlights over those previous 5 minutes. DC, take us through the replay, if you will.
A lot of good action, but punching led the dance. Punching was the thing that stood out to me. That allowed him to take control of the round.
All right, here we go, 4th round of a possible 5. And this is the time where fighters are really tested, right? Dig deep, lean on the heart. We'll see who has the upper hand.
You feel pretty good in round number 5. Round number 4 is the one that really does test the fighter. It really does test the mettle of the guy inside of the octagon. What a punch.
Good series of strikes by him there.
Great job of mixing it up, staying active, keeping busy, doing great work. Big knee lands right to his opponent's midsection.
And a nice job at least staying upright on that. Another shot lands upstairs. Got clipped with the right hand. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Dillashaw. His misses are entertaining.
Good punch land.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to go over the top. This fight's gonna be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high with his opponent, got him going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly.
Good series of punches by him there. He has certainly had no trouble finding the range tonight.
He is finding the target with everything he throws. He's mixing it up beautifully.
Just out of the range with that right hand. Elliott's torso, specifically that right side, has absorbed a lot of damage tonight. And here comes the purple, the black and blue. A definite bruise starting to form on that right side.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Whoa!
He's in trouble. He's getting lit up.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
Under a minute now to go. Elliott scrambling pretty well, though.
Big, powerful punch land. Now he gets back to range.
Oh, he gets the takedown late in the round here. Oh, tags him with the left, so the right hand has been there. Now he goes left hand.
When you're able to fight from both sides, you become really dangerous.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
All right, closed guard now. You gotta be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Closed guard. Elliott's lower jaw very swollen now. Time to bite down on the mouthpiece and move forward. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. A stunner there with the head strike midway through. Nearly got him out of there for good.
Almost got him out of there. He hurt him badly. He had his opponent hurt real bad. Now his opponent's walking back to his corner. Everybody looks confused. They don't know what they're supposed to do to try to change the way that this fight is going.
Fifth and final round, forthcoming. That strike blocked by Tim Elliott. Looking to land the right just out of range. Oh, another strike to the body. Not a lot of real estate there, but he found it.
Way to hide that leg kick.
Nice connection with a punch there. It's hard to recall a time in the past that his boxing looked this sharp.
He's never looked this good.
Ooh! Swing and a big miss.
Oh, that was a big takedown. Is this the one that's going to break him?
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys can start throwing up legs, chasing triangle.
Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters you have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
Oh, how about the speed on that reversal there? I mean, I know you can get out of some bad spots, but not with that type of speed.
You cannot allow him to get leverage on the bottom. What a sweep.
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. All right, he's sort of hanging out here unguarded, DC. Not sure if he's trying to bait him in or what, but not great body language here.
This is the choke that your uncle used to do to you when you were a little kid because you didn't have the power to get out of.
And he's out. Oh, and he's back up again. Those get-ups have been there for him all night.
Nice movement punch.
Kick to the body by Elliott. Single collar tie now. Oh, beautiful jab there, man. It's like you know what's coming, can't stop it.
I mean, you have to anticipate that jab come. Oh, man, look at that. Picture perfect. Got to the leg, got to his position, got another beautiful takedown.
All right, so the fight goes the championship distance, and you may want to get the black and gold colors out. We're getting a new champion tonight. He turned in a beautiful striking display tonight.
This is one of the best performances that we have seen from a challenger in a really long time. He relied on the striking. He understood that that's where he had the advantage. He used all of his advantages, and I feel like we will hear and new very shortly.
All right, the official decision is now in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest. 48-47. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, and new undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Timothy.
Well, that title fight had it all. It goes the full 25 minutes, but in the end, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new UFC flyweight champion of the world as he wrests the belt away from the incumbent with style points here tonight.